Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It's our job as breakfast show hosts
Okay.
to be positive and bring good news whenever we can each and every day
Absolutely.
on the breakfast show, but I can't do it today.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
No. Some news that just came out overnight
Oh.
that I think is concerning and something that we need to be thinking about. Now, we told...
Local or national?
Well, all the way down to local, like national, international, down to local.
Wow.
It's worldwide.
Okay.
And I don't pretend to want to make anybody unhappy today. I don't. It's not our job, as I mentioned.
Oh,
But
do I need to go to my island?
no.
Oh,
I don't.
okay.
Well, maybe you do. You might not have a job.
I might not have a job.
Right.
You mean if I go to my island?
No.
Oh.
Just you
just
might
I
not
may
have
not
a job.
have a job. Am I going to be replaced?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So am I.
Okay.
So are lawyers.
Ah.
So are other people in different walks of life, according to this report that came in overnight from CBS.
Okay.
2/3 of American jobs could be replaced.
Two-thirds?
2/3 by artificial intelligence. A new study by Goldman Sachs suggests 2/3 of all jobs in the United States, and this is just here in the U.S., could soon be replaced by artificial intelligence. They think apps like ChatGPT could make 300 million full-time positions obsolete or fully automated. Lawyers and administrative staff would be at the highest risk of getting canned. But they say it could be good for some workers already mired in paperwork and menial tasks. Now, if you dismiss this, now wait before you dismiss it.
All right.
Another report just the other day, which I don't have in front of me, but I think I can generalize. The artificial intelligence has actually created a cancer, and it's working backwards on it to possibly do more to solve cancer. So artificial intelligence has the ability to do some good things. And I guess if you want lawyers out of work, that would be a good thing.
Wow.
But I certainly would rather go see a real lawyer when I'm in need than artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I just want you to, and radio guys, oh yeah, they'd be right up at the top because we're already more automated than we thought we would be.
That's true. Yeah.
Many years ago.
There's no way artificial intelligence could call a ball game, though.
Oh, you think not, huh?
I don't know. Maybe.
They have no trouble memorizing the players' numbers, the way the plays are made and unfolded. I'm sure there's a software for that. Don't get too confident there, my friend.
All right.
I mean, if they can replace lawyers, sports guys?
Well, yeah, a very good point. Yes.
I mean, come on.
Eliminate 2/3 of the workforce by when?
It doesn't really say.
I'm sorry. I
don't think it said. Let me read
You gave
that.
a date or a year.
Well, it says it could make 300 million full-time positions obsolete or fully automated. No, it does not. That's kind of weird that it doesn't say when.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, we talked about this before.
Yes.
You know, you have to be careful, period, when you're on the internet anymore. There's so many weirdos out there and so much false information, false graphics, false stories, just a lot of false out there. But they're having trouble because the artificial intelligence can create a video of our mayor or your mayor or your city councilman making comments on the internet that aren't real. They can make them look like they're doing it, their voices.
That's scary.
Yeah. So if they can do that, they can probably, create a sports guy to call a sports game.
Probably. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Well, now I'm uncomfortable.
I know.
Now I don't
I
feel
don't want
good.
to depress people.
Now I'm depressed.
But, we're kind of amazed that farmers these days, coming from not that many years ago, from being behind horses out in the field, it's really not been that long, to having tractors that drive themselves through the field and know how many seeds they're dropping in the ground, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. There'll probably be an AI Santa Claus. Probably already is.
Yeah, could be. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Wow. I don't know. I don't know how to take that.
I don't either. But I just felt it was necessary
Okay.
to bring this forward.
All right. Thanks.
Even though it might be depressing, and some of you might think, hey, that's good. I don't like doing paperwork.
Well,
Well, what are you going to do? You might want to get on your island.
okay.
What are you going to do if you don't have any jobs to do? Jobs make people happy. It gives them a
Mine
purpose.
does. Yeah.
It gives them a purpose.
There you go. That's a good thing. Yeah, it gives you a purpose.
And then when
Yeah.
you have time away from your job, you really enjoy it because you have that time away. But if you got AI doing everything for you and you're sitting around like a lump every day going, oh, what should I do for fun today? Or folks who work their whole lives to retire, to enjoy retirement, that's a worthy goal. And it's fair. And if they enjoy retirement, it's super good. But if they don't really have to work along the way because they got some AI thing doing all their work for them, what's retirement? It's not going to be any fun. You never really worked very hard to start with. Oh,
What would it be like to let's say an AI is doing a job. They mess up. Sometimes it's part of life. You mess up. Sometimes person in charge of you kind of let you have it.
we sure.
I wonder how would you chew out an artificial intelligence?
That could go a couple different ways. They could have it programmed to go, oh, boss, I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Or if they don't feel like programming it in, that particular AI, they don't care.
Yeah.
They won't even listen to you. They'll just go about
That's right. They'll just probably keep going.
Now, some of those science fiction movies that we used to watch where robots took over the world, and there's several of them, seemed a little bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
Now, today, in 2023, maybe not so much.
No, I know.
And the other part of that, getting down to the strictly business side of it, shortage of people who want to work on particular areas in our lives. And or shortage of waitresses and waiters and
Well, I think there've been stories about how they're already incorporating
they're already doing it.
artificial intelligence into jobs like that.
Yeah.
Waiting on servers or waiting on tables in the big cities, or right?
Yes, definitely. And would the AI, whatever it is, purposely spill coffee on you if you didn't tip them? It could be programmed in.
You never know.
Oh boy. Anyway,
Well, okay.
Happy Wednesday to you.
Thanks for that.
hey, by the way, it's National Mom and Pop's Business Owners Day.
Oh, good.
That's a good news story. There's about
is.
28 million small businesses in the United States alone, and more than two-thirds of them are owned and operated by just one person. Two-thirds of all new jobs in America are created by small businesses. Now, if we could get, I hate to even use the word politicians anymore, but if we could get our leaders to realize how important small businesses are, and that more than 2/3 of them are owned and operated by just one person, and 2/3 of new jobs in America are created by small business, maybe they'd help the small business out a little bit.
Yeah, amen.
Very important day, serious now, National Vietnam War Veterans Day, honoring the men and women who served and sacrificed during the Vietnam War. And you might know this or you might not, the second longest conflict in American history, next to the Afghanistan War. And it went on and on and on, went through 4 presidents. The Vietnam War outlasted 4 presidents, dragged on nearly 2 decades, and required more than 500,000 military personnel. On March 29th of 73, the U.S. finally pulled out of South Vietnam. So if you get a chance to thank a veteran, you can do that, by the way, on the internet, which is a good thing to do. You can thank a veteran on social media by using the hashtag Vietnam War Veterans Day. Or, better yet, if you know one, drop them a line or give them a call or stop by and give them a thank you.
Yep.
They didn't get thanked very well when they came home. There's no doubt about that. One other deadline we should talk about at this time, and this is also a little bit scary. I hate to be on the scary side.
Yeah, wow, you are kind of that way today.
Yeah. Deadline to remove all TikTok from federal devices. I don't know if you read where they're having this big debate on TikTok. We talked about it the other day.
Yeah, I kind of knew some of that.
So at least the first step has been that government employees have till the end of the day to delete the app from their work phones and devices. The government thinks TikTok is spying on Americans. At least 32 states have also banned the app from government phones, ditto for Canada and Europe. And they're getting the apps off at least work phones at governmental departments.
I see.
Now, we could just get rid of Facebook.
Hey, get rid of everything.
Texting, blogging. Yes, we might all be better off. I don't know. Here's one I know you're going to like. This will be in your wheelhouse.
All right.
Last day of Major League Baseball spring training is today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the Cubs played their last spring training game yesterday.
Tomorrow, it all starts.
That's right. Opening day, baby.
15 games, starting with the Giants and Yankees, Braves and Nationals, and the Brewers and the Cubs.
Yep.
Well,
1:20. First pitch. Brewers Cubs.
they should probably ban any devices that let you watch or listen to baseball while you're working, too.
Oh.
There might be some Chinese sneaking in on you there.
Yeah,
Or some
maybe.
Ruskies.
I don't know. Okay. Was that just a subtle way of telling Brent, I don't want to catch you watching the game while you're working tomorrow?
That's not so subtle.
Oh. Nothing subtle about it, Apperson. Don't you dare let me catch you watching the game tomorrow.
Duh.
I don't care if it is opening day. Do your job.
You have to deal.
Or I'm going to replace you with artificial intelligence.
You see there? We have that weapon now.
I don't know. I've visited with a lot of people that probably walk away from our discussion thinking he is artificial intelligence. You know?
Well, there's some days at the end of the day you feel like artificial intelligence. Okay. Oh, it says here from Mildred Winkler, no enthusiasm like Brent and the gang give in comparison to AI.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
thank you. Thank you very much.
Melanie, thanks a lot. That whole game thing is between you and Jeremy, our station manager.
Okay.
And I think we're in trouble because, well, I don't know if he doesn't really, he's not a big baseball fan.
Not a huge baseball fan.
So he might say,
No.
you can't watch
Yeah,
it.
I know. Okay.
If it was the Celtics, it might be different. All right, we've been celebrating businesses, small businesses, and medium-sized businesses here in Custer County. We're going to honor the Custer Transfer Station this morning. We'll do that a little bit later on. Perry and Carol Myers, who opened the station back in 1992. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Great.
Right now, we're going to take a look at the menus, we haven't heard any different on the Prairie Pioneer Center, so we're going to go ahead and read the menu for today, which yesterday they were closed to illness. Today they're featuring, on this Wednesday, turkey casserole, peas, peaches, and bread.
To the schools, Litchfield today, tater tot casserole on the menu at Litchfield.
At Thedford, it's chili dogs, potatoes, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Loop City today, a baked potato bar or breaded beef sandwich on the menu at Loop City.
At Broken Bow, fresh-made goulash with garlic breadstick, mozzarella Bosco sticks with marinara dipping sauce, fresh-baked combo subs. I can never get that word. The ham and turkey
charcuterie.
Char, or is it char?
Well, I think charcuterie board, or yeah.
And we found out what that is.
Yeah.
It's CHR, charcuterie. Maybe I can get that from now on. It's a shaker. Oh no, I'm not gonna. Anyway, with roasted flatbread.
Yeah, I'd like to see artificial intelligence try to read these menus.
Oh, they might be able to do it a little
probably.
better.
Okay, let's go to Cozad. Chicken patty with hot roll and barbecue pork bowl on the menu today at Cozad.
And Selmo Myrna, also having fresh-made goulash with garlic breadstick, mozzarella Bosco sticks with marinara dipping sauce, ham and turkey charcuterie, shaker with roasted flatbread, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Gothenburg today, some of their choices include a meatball sub, chicken Alfredo bake, and pizza on the menu at Gothenburg today.
At Ansley, it's drumsticks, fruit, vegetables, and milk. We got some new questions in. Joan got those to us. We must have lost them,
Thank you,
I don't know
Joan.
what happened to them, but we got new questions in. Joan puts those together on behalf of the Broken Bow Library.
Okay, it's National Noodle Month, March is.
Yes.
And so we're going to test your knowledge about this staple comfort food. It's all about noodles this week. Can you identify the pasta which shares its name with a snail's home? Don't think too hard on this. Can you identify the pasta which shares its name with a snail's home? Your choices are shells, ravioli, vermicelli, or manicotti. Identify the pasta which shares its name with a snail's home. Your choices are shells, ravioli, vermicelli, or manicotti. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's Runza Day.
It's snack o'clock, and Taylor is at Runza.
I get that afternoon craving, and bam, Junior Ranch chicken wrap.
Bam.
And sometimes it's like, boom, Junior Buffalo chicken wrap.
Boom.
And sometimes it's like, bam, boom, I'm gonna have one of each. Little present to myself, all wrapped up in a tortilla.
You've earned it, buddy. Stop in for a ranch or buffalo chicken wrap today, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we have Sherry on the line. Good morning, Sherry.
Morning.
Do you like that song, Sherry Baby?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
do, too. I like it. Here's Brent with his question.
Okay, Sherry, can you identify the pasta which shares its name with a snail's home? Is it shells, ravioli, vermicelli, or manicotti?
I'd say shells.
Of course it is. Yes, it would be shells. And Sherry, because you've answered correctly, we got a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesday at Runza here in Broken Bow. So come on out, see us when you can, and we'll have your certificate ready for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Sherry.
Bye.
Bye.
What's the date today?
30th.
It's the 30th?
Yeah.
Thank
March
you.
30th.
Yep.
30th or 29th?
I was thinking 20.
Oh, it's the 29th.
29. Okay, thank you.
Oh, no. What did I write down wrong this morning? I know I did.
I know my day's coming up Saturday.
Your day? Oh,
Yeah.
April Fool's Day?
April Fool's Day, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, now I'm sitting here going, what did I fill out incorrectly today?
So I heard you talking about lawyers for a little bit there.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of lawyer friends. I do.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of good lawyers around here,
I
and
do
they've
too,
probably
yeah.
all heard this joke from me at one time or another. But how many lawyers does it take to grease a combine?
No.
I don't know.
One if you run him through real slow.
Oh, ouch. Eek.
Sorry, guys.
They're friends. They'll understand.
They're friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You might get legal papers in the
Yeah,
mail
yeah,
on
might.
Monday,
Yeah.
but,
Get
you
in
know,
trouble.
they're still friends.
Yeah, but
Slander.
you didn't mention any one lawyer, so you
No,
should be all
it's
right.
general.
Yeah.
So each one of them individually is a really good lawyer.
Yeah, and if they do take legal action, you can fight it. Probably take about 8-10 years for them to
Yeah.
get you nailed.
Yep.
So
That's about the way it is nowadays.
Yep, you're good, man. How you
Yeah.
been?
Been good. It's National Mom and Pop Business Day.
It is.
You guys said, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
very important.
That's what we are, as a matter of fact.
You are family through and through, and folks who work for your family as well. Even though you're not blood relatives, you've got people who've been
Yep.
with you a long time. You got young kids that you train and help them out. It's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, the workforce is in our place is getting a little bit younger, and I'm getting older. So the average age is it's got to be in the late 20s or early 30s. I bet for sure.
wow.
That's pretty good.
Amber and and Bonnie are probably the three dinosaurs in the outfit. So, but yeah, it's good to have a good young workforce. I don't think AI can take over throwing feed bags and putting pellets into the pits
Yeah.
and the bins and in the trucks and delivering it to the field. But I'm not saying 100%. But
Well, here's a guess on that. If every mix was the same, maybe, but you guys do so much custom work, you'd make it to the customer's liking. So
right, and we still do it. We still do it the hands-on way. We don't push any buttons when we make our feed, which is in a lot of places they do, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just we don't have that system. So,
Well, I would think too that's a little less damage to the feed products themselves the way you guys do it, maybe.
yeah, we try to handle it gently so it isn't all fines when it comes out. But yeah, there's a gazillion different mixes, and everybody's got their own recipe that they like. And then we sell a lot of just regular plain old floor stocked items as well. So there's a big combination of everything down there.
Yeah. Evans Feed and Broken Bow in O'Connell, if you're just tuning in. Mike Evans, our guest. Yeah, I've been a little perplexed. I'm a little out of sorts after that AI thing, but I think you're settling us down.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? It takes somebody kind of special to take care of animals of all different kinds, and you deal with those people every day.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about how many friends you've made over the years since you've run it from all the folks from all different parts of Custer County and Central Nebraska, country folks.
Oh yeah, it's been a great ride as far as that goes. I think a lot of times about all the guys that I knew and gals in the past that have passed away and stuff. A lot of our, when I started in 1989, there was a lot of older producers with smaller farms and stuff, and it was a really interesting time in that period. There were a lot of characters, and I'm not saying there's not some characters now, but I wish I would have videotaped all those old boys because they were pretty funny.
Yeah, and couples, live out on the farm and had lived there for many years.
Yeah, the guys, the old one thing I always remember, we always thought was kind of interesting is the guys would come in and the wife would sit out in the pickup and just sit there, and they might stay in there for an hour just chewing the fat. And she just sat out there, and just happy as a clam, reading a book or something, and that's definitely changed.
Yeah, that's
Because
different, isn't it?
If I did that to Amber, I'd probably have my butt kicked. So, that's a tradition that's gone.
Yeah, everybody raise your hand on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't, the question, how long are you going to be? That really means make it quick.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, in the old days it was different too. I mean, they'd strike up a cigarette on the way in, so I mean it was going to be a while.
Yeah.
And they, there'd be 8 or 10 of the old farmers sitting around there at the great big huge ashtray and grandma in the back, and it's hard to believe it was like that, but it was.
Well, and there was this I guess lifestyle at that time is they might even stop into the feed store or the mechanic shop just to hang for a while and visit. Even though they weren't going to do business that day, they might just come in and hang around for a
Want
while.
to see all the other farmers.
Yeah. Everybody's a lot more busy these days, including farmers and ranchers. So
Yeah.
doesn't happen that way as much. But I think part of what the feed store that you have is still a bit of a social stop. You know, they might see somebody else that's maybe a neighbor down the road or somebody they haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, there's a plethora of people that come by just to see what's going on, and that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a family environment, and there's a lot of business going on, but we try to make it, fun and an enjoyable place to stop.
You know, you do, and then all the different products you have for all the different animals that folks feed out there. I wanted to ask you about oats, if you wanted to kind of update us on that.
Wow, how'd you see my notes there? It says seed oats right on the top.
I can't see that far, but I know you talked about them last time, and I know the window's open right now. So
Yeah, we carry a lot of or sell a lot of seed oats this time of year. It's getting pushed back just a little bit because of the snow that keeps coming in some of the country.
Yep.
And but we have already went through the first load, so I mean there's guys getting them and getting ready to go. So they're really nice oats. They're clipped and cleaned, and they don't have a lot of chaff in them, so they plant nice. And we bag them in 50-pound bags or tote bags, or if you want to come pick them up in your seed tender or your truck or whatever you want to do, we got them at the elevator right here in Broken Bow.
Okay, so pretty good supply
So far.
Good.
Yeah, we're just barely staying ahead on the Vitalix tubs, but we haven't ran out yet. We got down to 3 yesterday, but we got a load coming in this morning, so they're really going out if people are trying to stretch their pastures and their hay, and it works really good to put a lick tub out there, and they're very popular, and we carry a great brand, and it works out very well.
Well, excuse me, how long in your mind have lick tubs been around? They're so wonderful for these situations anytime, really.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're trying to stretch things out a little bit, it's a lot different than what they used to have to do that.
Yeah, we used to sell a lot of protein blocks. You probably remember that.
Yeah.
But we'd sell semi-loads of protein blocks, and those are pretty much gone now. And we still sell them, but it's the lick tub took over because they have so much more energy, and you can control intake with with a cooked tub. Now they still have pressed tubs, but we carry our tub is a cooked tub, so it's harder, and they can't just rip roar through it, because daily cost is important, and the way you control that was with daily intake. Mm-hmm. So you have to have a hard tub.
Make them work for it a little bit.
Make them work for it a little bit, yeah. And you can regulate their intakes by the amount of surface area you put out. So if they're eating it too fast, you pull a little bit back, and if they're not eating enough, you put some more out. And we got about, just like everything, 10 different kinds of them. It was a lot easier when there was one, but it takes up a lot of warehouse space. But there's a reason for every one of them. We have biomass tubs and mag tubs and fly control tubs and garlic tubs, and our brand is Vitalix, the blue tub, and we're very happy that we got together with them a long time ago. We have a local rep here with Travis Shada, and he does a good job for us trying to stay ahead of on the inventory deal, and he's right on the edge right now. If you're out there, Travis, you better get another load coming, buddy.
Another truck on the way, hopefully.
But no, it's a very popular product. And I remember the first ones we rolled up on the dock. We didn't have a forklift, and me and this old boy from I think he was from Gandy, but we rolled these tubs up on the dock, and I said to my Uncle Tyke, I think these things are going to catch on. He goes, all right, I hope so. But because it was, back then it was a pretty good chunk of money. I had to get 50. That was minimum order.
Oh, man.
Now we get 176 at a time. But back then, 50 tubs was it was a pretty good chunk of change in the early 90s, I think it was. And we rolled them up there, and they were gone in 2 days.
They were? Really?
Yeah. Tyke goes, I think you might be right. They might catch on. I go,
how do we get some more, right?
From then on, they just really took off, and then thank goodness we were able to get a forklift, and that Ron Rip came in, put a entryway into the building for the forklift, and we were off and running.
Yeah, boy, they come in so handy, and 10 different. And makes them so that you got something for about every season, I
Mhm.
imagine.
Yeah,
so.
every season, every situation. And
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a very popular product, and we still sell cubes as well. I mean, there's a spot for range cubes, and we sell a lot of them as well, bulk bag or tote bags, whatever. We have a new bin down there that people can come pick them up right at the store and in the bulk.
Mm-hmm.
So both kind of serve the same purpose in different ways, but they're both very popular.
Yeah. Well, you've got it going on at the store, and then you have the store down in Oconto as well that's open 5 days a week, and then you're open a good 5.5, a little more than that for the folks.
You bet.
It's kind of nice, too. What time you close at night?
5:30.
5:30, so
Yep.
you can get off work and, pick up some dog food, cat food, and all of that, or drop by over the noon hour. You're open over the noon
You
hour.
bet. Oh yeah, and then we stay open till 2 on Saturday in Broken Bow, and Oconto does not open on Saturday. But Oconto is getting a new dock in the backside and a forklift down there too. So
Oh, wow.
Troy's about my age, so it's time to quit rolling those tubs around in Oconto. He needs a forklift. He moves a lot of tubs down there, and he definitely deserves it. He does a good job.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So we're expanding in Oconto.
Well, that's good to hear. And a small business expanding in Oconto.
There you go.
All right. Anything else?
I think we're good. We've got high mag mineral and magnesium oxide if anybody needs for grass tetany coming up here, and get your sorghum sedan seed booked and cane seed booked, and we're good to go.
Good to go. We were talking about the seasons. It's been cold. We're a little behind, but before you know it, the sun's going to come out. It's going to warm. We might have one of those situations this year where it just gets warm.
Yeah, grass is going to come quick, so you
Yeah.
got to be ready with the high magnesium mineral if you have a grass tetany issue at your place with the cows, and a lot of people do.
And I hate to say this word, but flies.
Yeah, flies are around the corner, but maybe another month or two.
Maybe another month. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah, I love the lawyer joke, by the way. You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Waking Up Central Nebraska.
They are so funny.
KCNI, KBBN.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A community remembers the 6 people gunned down at a Christian elementary school in Nashville. Pastor Jim Bachman tells CBS Mornings custodian Mike Hall will be missed.
Everybody loved Mike. Mike knew the kids in the school, knew their names, and took a very personal interest in them.
6 children among the victims. Economists for a California task force on potential reparations to black residents estimates payouts could reach more than $800 billion. That's more than 2.5 times the state's annual budget. A judge orders former Vice President Pence to testify about conversations he had with his former boss leading up to and on the day of the January 6th attack. CBS's Robert Costa.
The decision is a major blow to Trump's legal team, with the judge ruling executive privilege does not apply, and that private exchanges between Trump and Pence are not off limits.
Pence could appeal that ruling all the way to the Supreme Court. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a judge has ruled that the man accused of leading law enforcement officers on a 6-county high-speed chase is not competent to stand trial. Casey Martinson, age 56, of Sanborn, North Dakota, is charged in Lancaster County Court with assault of an officer using a motor vehicle, leaving the scene of an injury accident, and operating a motor vehicle to avoid arrest. The Lancaster County judge last week ruled Martinson unfit after reviewing a court-ordered mental health evaluation. However, the judge's ruling left the possibility that Martinson could be fit to stand trial in the future and ordered a competency status hearing May 24th for another review. In the meantime, Martinson is being transferred to the Lincoln Regional Center for more mental health evaluation and treatment. In a press release, the Nebraska State Patrol said a trooper stopped Martinson's semi near Waverly December 15th after he was seen driving recklessly. The patrol claims that Martinson then backed his flatbed trailer into the trooper's cruiser, causing a head injury to the trooper. He then fled the scene westbound on Interstate 80 and was arrested 2.5 hours later about 20 miles west of Kearney. The injured trooper was treated and released at a Lincoln hospital for minor injuries. Martinson was treated at CHI Health Good Samaritan in Kearney, but was later transferred to the Lancaster County Jail, where he's being held on a $500,000 bond. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL and no new developments regarding quarterbacks Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson, but there is news on the potential sale of the Washington Commanders. There are reports that there are two separate bids of $6 billion for the franchise and that the Commanders could be sold as soon as the NFL draft late next month. 6 games in the NBA. Celtics lose to the Wizards 130-111. Cavaliers fall to the Hawks 120-118 despite Donovan Mitchell's 44 points. Grizzlies beat the Magic 113-108. Steph Curry goes for 39 points, leading the Warriors over the Pelicans 120-109. Raptors beat the Heat 106-92, and the Hornets outscored the Thunder 137-134. In the NHL, the Bruins were surprised by the Predators 2-1 Nashville with the win, so Boston will need 6 wins in its final 8 games to set a new all-time record for wins in a single season. Lightning shut out the Hurricanes 4-0. Oilers get past the Golden Knights 7-4. Kings fall to the Flames 2-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Partly sunny and breezy for today. Highs top out near 40 degrees. Winds turn to the east, 10 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Lows drop to 25. Winds east-southeast, 5 to 15. Higher gusts possible. Thursday remains mostly cloudy, warmer as highs climb into the middle 60s. And then Thursday night, chance for rain and storms developing, then changing to snow well after midnight. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Phil Jensko.
If you've been injured or recovering from surgery, your first priority is to treat your problem. At Team Physical Therapy, we will evaluate, treat, and educate you about your specific roadblocks. We offer many therapists to help. Stop by one of our locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney or call 872-5111. We have great resources online at myteampt.com or call 872-5111 Team Physical Therapy, together empowering able movement.
It's 10 minutes past the hour, and you're listening to The Breakfast Show, and we always appreciate that very much. 18 degrees outside, some cloud cover up there this morning. The winds got a little bite to it this morning out of the east-northeast, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Barometric pressure's at 30-19. It's been bouncing around. I don't think really it's been clear on which direction it's going to go. We'll just call it steady right now because it's between 18 and 19. Humidity at 75%. High yesterday, 51, overnight low of 19. We're currently at 18 after 7 o'clock this morning. Sunrise today at 7:28, sunset at 7:59, sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:26 as our days stretch out nicely. 2,200 precipitation this month, and this is the 29th day, so we got a couple of days, but we got a chance at some precipitation, but they're not talking about anything very accumulative, so we'll probably end up in a quarter inch, maybe a quarter inch for the month. In March, I think you asked yesterday, how's that compare? I think most times we would have more than that in March.
Yeah, I would think so.
So we're all keeping our fingers crossed for April. We need some nice, slow, soaking rains.
There you go.
Let's just skip the snow now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And soak that ground up a little bit and get that grass growing. Like Mike was talking about. Mike Evans, our guest from Evans Feed. Always enjoy talking to Mike, and got a great store there. And that business is a small business in the real world, but it's grown so much since Mike and Amber took it over. It's a great story. So Brent and Dave with you here. We are going to be visiting with some other folks. We have on our list the Custer County Foundation, and Lindsay Cook, I'm sure, will be representing the foundation, and there might be some others that come with her. They just gave away $140,000 in scholarships this past Sunday, and there's a story on that on Sandals Express, and Grant Winterer, our news director, had a story on the air about that this morning. And they have another deadline coming up on Friday that I think Lindsay will be telling you about. That's a pretty neat program that they started a year or two ago. We'll find out. Also on our guest list, Custer Care Center. We'll be talking about the movies at Fox Theater, and we'll get a hold of Darius today at the Pizza Hut.
Sounds good.
So, that's our show.
Yeah.
I was going to use mic number 4 for Mike Evans this morning.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I got to thinking on the way home yesterday from
Okay.
a trip we took, that's really not Mike 4.
Okay.
There's 4 mics where you're sitting.
Oh, wow.
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Sure.
This mic that I usually use.
Yeah.
So that's 5.
Okay.
So that would actually be mic 6.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll try it later when we have more guests coming in. But
So what? Let's see. What would you guys have started with? Just mic 1.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, mic 1, and then mic 2 probably came along, and I'm going to guess it was just mic 1 and mic 2 for quite a while.
it was, and mic 2 actually was Jimmy rigged. I think you might remember this.
Yeah, I do.
There
Yes.
was a rack in the transmitter
That's
room
right.
with 2 reel-to-reel machines in it.
Uh-huh.
And we actually plugged the microphone into the reel-to-reel machine
And ran cord through the studio.
Yeah, and then we would use the amplifier in the reel-to-reel machine to amplify mic 2.
That's right.
Then we moved the rack over here, and it was a number of years that it sit in the corner here with the satellite receiver for NBC in it,
Uh-huh.
and it had we must have had a reel-to-reel or something in it. This board over here had another channel, so we had only 2 mics when Bob Bowles and I worked. But in the beginning, it was 1 mic sitting on a board in this room. It was a board that laid over a file cabinet on each end, which was also Cheryl Smith's office when she was done selling for the day. So she would come in. She had a typewriter in here, and she'd come in and type up the copy and write up the orders. So this was her office.
Yeah.
And I had a little desk around the corner, a small little desk that was purchased when I started here as a news guy. And I felt like putting the tape around the floor to make my office out there
Yeah.
like they did on WKRP. But this was just one room with a board, 1 mic, and then there was an on-air light above, and the guy over on the other side, whoever the DJ was on KCNI, would point and turn it on like we did the other day, and that's when you read the copy live. You didn't
Yeah.
record anything in here. It was all live.
Yeah.
Now we have 6 microphones.
Wow.
Yeah, we've really grown too.
Progress, man. Progress.
Yeah, and thank goodness we have a purpose for these microphones, because many times we'll get 5 and 6 people in here as
Right.
guests when
Yeah.
school kids come in or groups and so forth, and so we really enjoy that. So let's talk a little bit about Nate Bell.
Wow. Okay. What do you want to talk about, Nate? Should this be business related, or you just want to make it personal?
You know me, I prefer personal.
Yeah, I know you do.
But he's also has another fine gentleman with him by the name of Jack, who works there, and then he has a great staff. And we're talking about Universal Insurance, and they're located right on the corner, right across from Prairie Grounds, on Highway 2, right next to the Chinese restaurant, and that location is great. It's a beautiful building. They've remodeled it, so you'll walk in and they'll take care of you there with all kinds of insurance coverages. They take pride in being able to offer now many, many different companies to fit you.
That's right. They've got you covered. We all know it's important to insure your home, your family, and your possessions, but Universal Insurance wants to remind you business owners, make sure you're insured properly for your business. Ask them about getting the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. Talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today. Call 872-6438. You can also visit them at 940 South E Street.
All right, nothing personal, any personal news we're going to hold. I don't think you're supposed to get too personal with our guests, and I know sometimes I make you nervous in that area. So I won't make you nervous today.
Okay.
I do want to get personal about Chaz. At Sun
okay.
Valley Landscaping.
All right.
I'm going to just embarrass her a little bit.
Okay.
And get personal. Sun Valley Landscaping is located off Highway 2 near Ansley.
Yes.
Chaz has really grown her business a lot. Now, one time Chaz did landscaping only, and then she built a greenhouse, and then she started putting her green thumb to work and filling that with plants that she starts from scratch. So when you go into Sun Valley Landscaping in the greenhouse and look at the plants, probably her and her crew have touched every one of those when they planted them, and they've watered them and nurtured them and fertilized them. And most everything that you purchase at Sun Valley Landscaping is homegrown.
Yes, indeed.
It's pretty cool. And I just want to embarrass her by saying I don't know of a harder working person than Chaz and her crew because they love what they do and they want to make you happy. Now, if you want to be a part of that, there's an opportunity for you to be a part of the team.
Indeed, yes. Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley currently has openings for full-time and part-time seasonal help this year. Some of the things that you'd be doing include planting plugs and bare root stock, watering, moving trays and baskets, sweeping and maintaining a clean workplace, move and arrange nursery stock for retail, comfortable on your feet, obviously, for long hours, must be able to lift 25 to 50 pounds repeatedly. Monday through Friday and some weekends during peak season, weekend availability, they're looking for that. Previous greenhouse and nursery experience would be a plus, but it's not necessary. Basic plant knowledge and an interest in plants is a plus. Willingness to learn, though, is a must. Good starting wage. Pay will be based on experience. If you're interested, contact Chaz and visit with her, 308-325-7070. That's 325-7070. And for all of you out there, mark this on your calendar. Opening day for Sun Valley Landscaping is April 14th. Follow them on Facebook for information on upcoming hanging basket and succulent classes. That's Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley.
What are the odds, actually, is what I'm trying to ask you. What are the odds that there would be two Chazes from the same community?
I don't know
now,
what the odds would be.
We don't want to confuse you because we were just talking about Chaz at Sun Valley Landscaping. And from Ansley, Chaz from Sandhills Custom Creations. Now, there's several hundred people that live in Ansley, but what are the odds of two Chazes?
I don't know.
That's an interesting thought, isn't it?
Kind of,
yeah. And they're both super good, hard-working people.
Yes, they are.
And right now, Sandhills Custom Creations, which is located here on the square in Broken Bow, they're having a little bit of adjusting here due to some issues that they want you to know about.
Yes. Chaz, it's at Sandhills Custom Creations, wants everyone to please bear with them in the next couple of weeks. She's on restriction from the doctor and will be in the office as much as possible in the mornings, but Hannah will be there in the afternoons. Again, we're talking about Sandhills Custom Creations downtown on the square in Broken Bow. Hannah will be there in the afternoons from 2 to 4. Now, if you have any questions or you need anything, feel free to call or text 212-0567. That's 308-212-0567. They thank you for all your patience during this time, and they stress it's just temporary.
Yep, temporary. All right, and that is a growing business as well on this Small Business Day.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to ask you a favor this morning.
Okay.
Typically, we have a rule here in the studio, or it's kind of an unspoken rule, but when guests are in the studio, we try not to be looking at our phones unless it pertains to a question or something. We want to pay attention and give our guests 100% attention.
Sure.
I think the old school comes out of us. We think that's the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
But now it's just you and I would like you to get your phone out.
Okay.
And I'd like you to do a little Googling for us this morning.
Okay.
And I know that Jeremy's around, and it just tears him up when we use Google because we don't really do it very well.
Yeah.
I've noticed him. Sometimes he even talks to his phone. I think, hey, that guy's going nuts. But no, he's getting the phone to listen to him, and it's part of this new AI thing.
Yeah.
But would you look up the top country song of 1995?
Wow. Okay. Number one.
I like it. I love it.
Okay.
Tim McGraw, I like it. I love it. That's what you think, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you Google it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
jeez.
Already?
God.
I just had to. I had to.
Oh, man.
Well, my time is limited here. Artificial intelligence will be replacing me in about a week.
Artificial.
Just want you to know I've enjoyed working here. Been nice knowing all of you.
Oh, man. Great timing, Jeremy. But you... That's where we fit in, Brent. That's too bad.
I've got nothing to say.
I don't either.
And
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
To get rid of the sniffles, sneezes, and itches, Varney Health Mart has the products you need. Featured this month are all-day allergy cetirizine tablets for $12.99, children's allergy relief for $3.99, and all-day allergy relief loratadine tablets for $7.99. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Starting in May, Varney Health Mart will be open Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, with the drive-thru closing at 5, Saturday hours 8:30 to 12:30, and closed on Sundays.
What four letters compete with F-R-E-E? Not very many. Come and see us at Bo Bootery this week and get registered for a free pair of flip-flops from Clark's. If you've seen these before, you know that beautiful colors and fun styles are what they're all about. Spring days, beautiful weather, and adventures call for spring styles. Come and see sandals and more at your home-owned shoe store, Bo Bootery in Broken Bow.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. One thing you can always count on, though, is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 6.49% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. You heard that right, a 6.49% fixed interest rate. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
8:29. We'll try it again. You know, Jeremy's in the other room recording some things. Maybe you'll be able to use your phone without.
No.
Don't
No,
take it personal.
I was hurt.
I don't blame you.
Honestly, I'm sitting here wondering how in the world did he get that so quick? I mean, come on, you asked the question and then 2 seconds later he's in here with the answer.
Well,
I didn't even have my phone turned on or out of my pocket by then.
Well, I've seen him talk to his phone, and it, you know, he didn't have to type it in. Maybe. I don't know.
That's probably true. Yeah.
The other day.
Yes.
It's kind of a true story. No, it's not kind of. It is a true story.
Okay.
Brent.
All right.
I was privileged to watch Roxanne at Nebraska Land Hearing Center conduct a hearing test. And I found it fascinating. And the different facets that she uses, different procedures that she uses to conduct the test, and both with machinery and through just vocal presentation. And I was impressed with how she made it so easy for the person who was getting tested, explained everything, and then afterwards talked about the proper hearing aid for that particular application, the warranties, what you do when you get the hearing aids, that she'll sit down and show you how to clean them and maintain them. And that's what you get with Roxanne at Nebraska Land Hearing Center. So Brent has a little information that he's going to pass along, but if you're having a little trouble, you think you're having a little trouble hearing, have it done. You know, if you come up and you don't need a hearing aids, that's great news.
Yeah.
But it might surprise most of us how much hearing we've lost.
Good point. And Roxanne is a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, and she puts all of that work together for you. Now Roxanne accepts Care credit cards, enables you to finance hearing aids for over a period of time with lower payments. Ask Roxanne about Care credit cards. She sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. So find out more by scheduling an appointment today. 308-384-3852 is the number. 308-384-3852. Nebraska Land Hearing Center. You'll find them in downtown Broken Bow, located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
Good morning from Denise Erickson. I believe Denise lives out in Colorado. And Steve Hornickel. Good morning to you. They're regular listeners, and they oftentimes send us a good morning in our chat box. Appreciate that. Okay, I know sometimes, folks, it's hard to tell when we're serious and when we're not here on the show. So sometimes I think we need to, say we're serious. And we are serious right now because we're going to talk about mental health issues and what is available to help you out in this area. Not long ago, a handful of people decided they wanted to do something about getting information to people who may be struggling mentally. Now, I think from what we see in this country, in this world right now, there is a lot of mental stress out there and a lot of questionable mental illness situations out there that can turn into bad things. And they don't want that to happen here. So they created a website, and Brent has the information on that.
Yeah, the website they created is mhpcc.org. It's created as a resource of mental health providers in Custer County, and they do want everyone to know there's now a Spanish version as well, which you can access by going to that website. Again, it's mhpcc.org. Untreated mental illness can contribute to higher medical expenses, poor performance at school and work, fewer employment opportunities, and increased risk of suicide. You don't have to go through things alone, and a great starting place is this website, mhpcc.org.
More right after these words.
At a time when Get Up and Go seems to be in short supply, you've got to have a parts store on speed dial that you can trust. For nearly 100 years, WinQuest has been here to keep central Nebraska on the move. And with well over 100 years of combined experience, our crew is dedicated to getting you the right part with the best possible service. Combine that with an inventory that's practically bursting at the seams, it's clear that your best move is to Napa. Get Up and Go to WinQuest, serving you since 1925. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
It's time to celebrate. Custer Floral and Gifts in Broken Bow is turning 40. They're not fooling. April 1st, 1983 was day one. Join them Thursday and Friday 9 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 3. Every lady through the door gets a free carnation. Plus, there will be 3 drawings for $40 gift certificates and delicious baked goods to enjoy. 40% off savings will be marked on gift items, silk flowering bushes, greenery, single stems, cards, candles, and more. Plus 50% off all paper goods. They thank you for your business the past 40 years. Custer Floral and Gifts, north side of the square in Broken Bow.
I might be new to Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, but I'm no stranger to wanting to help people. Hi, I'm Tina, and I'd love to discuss your home, auto, farm, or commercial coverage. I have several great carriers to choose from, so stop on in or call for an appointment and we'll work together on a free, no obligation quote. If the cold and ice is holding you back, I'll come to you. I'm at 914 South D in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Nebraska Owners Insurance under the big red awning.
Thank you, Tina. 8:35. All right. You have your phone available?
I can.
Jeremy's in the other room. He can't hear you. So what year would you, we're doing 90s country.
Oh, we are?
What year would you like?
Well,
that's
90.
That takes quite a while for you to decide, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Google that, Shipe. Google what year Brent's thinking about. Let's go 93. That was the year that I started here full time.
All right. So Brent's going to Google to find out the number one song of 1993 on the countryside. And they say the 1990s is the decade of the best country ever. I think a lot of people think 90s country is the best.
It was good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What was the year I said?
93, I believe.
Okay.
You're just still typing?
Yeah. Oh, just relax.
Man, I got a film here.
Well, it doesn't give the song title right away. Just relax.
Okay.
Top 100 country songs in 1993. Chattahoochee, Alan Jackson.
That's the best one? That's the top one?
That was number 1. I Love the Way You Love Me by John Michael Montgomery was listed number 2. Easy Come, Easy Go by George Strait is showing here as number 3.
Okay. All right. We'll find that song and play it for you right after this.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing that list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Bruning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at bruningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get started. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Gary Superfoods online at GarySuperfoods.com. Save on Chairman's Reserve whole pork shoulder at $1.79 a pound, and USDA Choice boneless beef chuck roast is $4.99 a pound. Celebrate spring with extra large red, green, or black seedless grapes at $1.99 a pound. Our family cream soups are only 99 cents, or save on canned vegetables at 4 for $3. Skippy peanut butter is marked down to just $2.49. Gary Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
Is winter weather and the fear of falling keeping you indoors for the season? Don't fall. Give Pearson's a call. Poor balance and falls can diminish your ability to lead an active and independent life, but you don't have to accept them as a consequence of aging. Pearson Physical Therapy has been helping their patients stay on their feet and take back their independence through individualized balance training programs. Reduce your chance for falls and regain your confidence this winter by calling 308-872-5800 for a free fall risk assessment with one of our therapists. That's Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 in Broken Bow.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. A lot about living and a little about love.
That's right. 1993's top country song. That was the year Brent started his employment here. Is that right?
Well, full time.
You were here before.
Yeah, I was here for a couple of summers before that. You were nice enough to hire me for a couple of summers. 91 would have been the first year I ever started working here.
91, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember, now you remember Johnny Mills, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wonderful young
Yes,
man, and
yeah.
he came to work here and stayed for quite a while, and he got into sales, and he left, and unfortunately we lost Johnny years later. I think he was living in Columbus at the time, but he really impressed in a lot of ways. Wonderful young man, friendly, always dressed up really nice. Yep. And Linda Henderson just loved him because he smelled good. Yeah, he always wore a really nice cologne. And
had a great voice too.
Yeah,
well, he could sing.
Oh yeah,
man, great singer and a good voice on the radio too.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. And so I would say, you guys, it was great having the both of you, but he smelled better than you did.
Yes.
But you didn't wear. Do you wear cologne?
No,
I don't either.
No, I don't. I don't wear cologne.
I would.
I do make sure I put deodorant on every day.
Oh, you can go every 3-4 days.
Oh, really? You think?
You don't have to put it on every day.
Okay.
And besides, now you can get that Lumi.
What?
That stuff, the lotion you just rub on, lasts for 72 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those advertisements.
You can use them on all parts of your body. You don't even have to shower for a week. We'll be right back.
Celebrate the arrival of spring at the Secret Garden. Right now is the time to prepay for your plants. Then when they arrive, you just swing by and pick them up in May. Right now, save 15% off anything with pink. That includes plants and new inventory. Romans 12, verse 10 says, "Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other." Open Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. Located 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north, The Secret Garden.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
8:44. All right, Brent. Let's talk about that judge's job. Is that a judge's job at the judicial?
I don't think it's to be a judge. No.
I want to be a judge.
Well,
Don't you want to be a judge?
You do. Well,
but wear a black robe and
well,
you have to be careful though when you're a judge.
Yeah.
And you have a black robe on.
Okay.
You can't really be careful about eating breakfast and snacks when you have that robe on.
Oh,
if you get the
don't
job,
you don't want to dribble anything down the front.
No, it shows up badly.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay. There is a chance to become part of Custer County Court, though, because Custer County Court is looking for a full-time assistant clerk senior position right now. A great starting wage, great benefits, as you can imagine, and they're also offering a hiring bonus right now to join the judicial branch. You would be performing advanced and highly responsible judicial and or administrative support for judges and judicial administrators. Requirements would include knowledge of laws, procedures, policies, and operations of the court, typing skills and computer data entry knowledge, and ability to follow oral and written instructions. Just some of the knowledge, skills, and abilities they're looking for in regards to this position. To take a look at the full job description, knowledge, skills, and abilities needed, qualifications and requirements, and some examples of the work you'd be doing, we encourage you to check out the full posting on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page. You can also visit statejobs.nebraska.gov for the detailed posting as well. Position will remain open until filled, so submit your application as soon as possible. Custer County Court looking for a full-time assistant clerk senior position.
All right, while you were doing that particular presentation,
yes,
I was Googling.
Were you now?
I was Googling the top current movies that are going on right now.
Okay.
And the very top one at this point is John Wick.
Yes.
Is that available in this area?
It is.
And what theater would
right
that be?
Right now, the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. It not just John Wick, but Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
This is the 4th John Wick movie. Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
He is John Wick.
He looks pretty intense in this picture.
Yeah. Wonder how old Keanu is now.
Probably.
He's getting up there.
We could Google it, but let's leave a little mystery to it.
Let's do that. But yes, John Wick Chapter 4, that's one of the movies that you'll find showing right now at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. It continues all through this week, through the weekend, and into next week as well, so check it out. Also, the movie Champions. This is the one with Woody Harrelson, where he takes over the basketball team and coaches them.
Feel-good movie.
Yeah. That's going to continue to run through the week, through the weekend, and into next week as well. So check it out. Champions, rated PG-13, showing now at the Fox Theater. The latest Shazam is coming to an end this week.
Number 2 in the country.
Fury of the Gods, the latest Shazam movie, will be ending on Thursday at the Fox Theater. So take note of that if you haven't seen it yet. A couple of more opportunities for you at the Fox Theater. Now, one of the biggest movies that is set to hit the screen this weekend is going to hit the screen right here in our locale.
Wow. That's something.
I've seen the previews for this. This just looks like, you know how they describe them as popcorn movies? You know, a movie where it kind of looks like you don't have to think too much.
Yes.
There's just a lot of stuff going on. Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, well, there's some folks out there who'll be excited about that.
Dungeons and Dragons will be premiering on Friday at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. It'll run through the weekend and into next week. So, a couple of more chances to see Shazam! Fury of the Gods. That'll be tonight and tomorrow showtime. And then Champions, John Wick Chapter 4. They'll continue through the week on into next week. And then premiering on Friday will be Dungeons and Dragons. So check it out. It's all happening at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. To find out more, make sure you go to their fabulous website, which will give you all of the show times and everything. WatchTheFox.com.
Watch the Fox. All right. Okay, let's just try this.
Oh, going to the intercom. Or are you No, intercom. I thought maybe you were just calling somebody.
Yes.
Oh,
hey, Christy, is that you?
Yeah, you ready for me?
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.
Come on in.
Sounds like she was anticipating being a part of the show today.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Oh.
I was actually going to just try to, a new approach with Christy.
Oh.
I was just going to tell her that we loved her and that
Oh.
she's doing a great job. And
Nice.
don't say anything now.
Oh, okay. Shh.
Hi, Christy.
Wow, what do you have? Those look like treats.
Yeah, that's why I want to make sure I was in here when you did this one, because I want some.
Oh, that's why you want to be a part of the show. I see.
So, yes, today I'm bringing you samples from Prairie Grounds Cafe. Has Sarah's Sweets there now available, and they look amazing. This little peanut butter ball even has like gold painted.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see you cut. I'm serious.
I
I don't even
know.
want to see you cut into these.
And this one's a turtle.
Oh.
She's cutting into the turtle. That looks delicious. Chocolate.
Pecans.
I'll try and make enough for everybody.
Well, we only need 3 pieces.
Yeah, that's just the 3 of us in here. Forget about everybody else.
I guess Grant can have one.
This looks delicious.
You want one, Dave?
Now, what am
Yeah,
I eating?
please.
This is the turtle.
Yeah, that's a turtle.
This is
Oh,
made
wow.
from scratch, I imagine.
All of these are homemade from scratch.
Oh, man.
All.
Oh, my.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's delicious.
that is so good.
And this is Sarah's Sweets, available at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. Boy, that's really good.
Next, we have the peanut butter ball.
All right. Thank you. I want some more of that turtle.
I know.
Well, I'll try this first.
Oh, man, good.
Oh, that's a good kind.
Yeah.
Now, put this together with one of those coffee drinks at Prairie Grounds Cafe. I can't even say it now. Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a combination.
They said this peanut butter ball is better than the Reese's cups.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And it is, yes.
Man, that is really...
So this Sarah is available too. I kind of stalked her Facebook page she does these candies for events too. So stop in and talk to them at Prairie Grounds and they could hook you up. But her sweets are delicious and
They are.
pair them with coffee.
Nice. Can I have another piece of the turtle?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm just going to ask because you take these out to the rest of the staff. They're gone.
That's right. They don't need them today.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Can I have some more of that peanut butter?
Yeah.
I'll
Let's
just
see.
take a little piece there.
I just thought it was so cool how they're like kind of gold flaked on the
Yeah.
top,
Yeah.
and she makes them look beautiful. There's all kinds of flavors. There's more than just those 2. There's one that kind of tastes like a dreamsicle. Remember those ice cream dreamsicle pops that
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like have
sure.
a blueberry one, and what else was there? Oh, some of them little she's got some of them cookies in there now that got the coconut flakes that look like the bird nest that you do for Easter. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's great.
but all natural ingredient. I mean, all from scratch. That's what they were saying is so amazing about them.
All right. And they're available now at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want me to go through the March featured drinks?
Sure.
too? All right. So here you go. Have a Sarah Sweet and enjoy one of these featured drinks for the
Yes.
month of March. This is your last week for these.
I know.
The Nutty Irish Woman, a mixture of cherry, hazelnut, and Irish cream. Raspberry Brandy, mixture of raspberry and amaretto. The Shamrock, a mixture of Irish cream and mocha. The Pot of Gold, mixture of caramel and brown sugar. Why can I not just say pot of gold? Every time I read this, you just you say a pot of gold. And the Scotchy, mixture of vanilla and butterscotch. That's at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts. Those are their featured drinks for the rest of March. Prairie Grounds open Monday, 7 to 10 a.m., open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 1, and make sure you check them out on Facebook, too. And make sure you check out Sarah's Sweets.
Yep.
Thanks, Christy.
You're welcome.
Quick time out. I think we have some guests in the lobby.
Who sells your soybeans overseas, increasing sales to Egypt, India, and many other emerging markets? Who has made you the #1 protein source in chicken feed? Who has made the next big breakthrough to boost your soybean yield? The answer to all of these questions is you. That's right, you do, through Your Soy Checkoff. By pooling your resources through Your Soy Checkoff, you are promoting your soybeans to new markets. You are discovering new practices and seed varieties to overcome your biggest challenges in the field. You have even turned $2 million of infrastructure research into $460 million per year in extra income for all soybean farmers. There is power in numbers, and you and your fellow soybean farmers are proving it by bringing tangible returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at UnitedSoybean.org. That's UnitedSoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
8:54. Make it 8:55. Our next guest is in. Tiffany is here from Custer Care. How you doing, Tiffany?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Now hold on. I want to move. I want to go to Mike 6.
Oh goodness! I heard you guys on the radio yesterday.
Just for you.
Okay.
Let me get that set up, and then I'll bring that up. There we go. And I'll bring down 1. So now we can have a conversation eye to eye.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And I can see Brent better and see what he's up to. That's good too.
Gotta watch him.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I like it better when he's on mic 1.
There you go.
Can't see me as good.
Oh boy, winter is lingering, but Easter's around the corner. Spring. I know that you're anxious for that because you like to get your family out and about and take them around to different places.
We do, yes. And they just said the other day, we cannot wait until we have nice weather so we can go outside and sit on the patio and watch the birds. They love going out and sitting on the patio. So.
Yes. Well, it won't be long, and they can do that. That sure makes a difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up for Easter? What are you guys doing?
Well, on April 7th, we're helping with the Easter egg hunt down on the square. That's at 1:30. And we always have a really, really good turnout. We have a lot of businesses that participate, and it's just a great time for everybody. Yeah. So we do the 1 to 3 year olds in the square, and they hunt Easter eggs. And then 4 through 12 year olds, we give them numbers, and they go around to the participating businesses and find their number in the window, and then they go inside and they get their treat from that business. So that's April 7th at 1:30.
April 7th, 1:30. Now, tell me a person that doesn't remember when they were a kid and going on some sort of an Easter egg hunt, or many folks remember the communities they're in would have numbers on the window or whatever the case may be. That really sticks in your head when you're a little guy or gal. So this is an important event.
It is, yes. And I can't believe how many kids we have that come. I mean, it's great. And the clients they always go down and sit in the park so they can watch the kids and stuff, and they always have a good time doing that.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll get good weather, or at least
I
not
hope so.
Terribly cold weather. They can bundle up if it's,
that's right.
And stay as long as they like.
Yep.
But thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Brent, that's something that's kind of special this time of year, to get all those kids and all that energy, and it's fun, isn't it?
That creates good memories.
It does, yes.
Yeah. So, how about any? We have to ask you this every time it's our job. Got any available rooms at Custer Care?
We are full right now, but if you're looking for a room, come take a tour and get your name on the waiting list. You never know when we'll have an open room. And if we call you when we do have an open room and you're not ready for that room, that's fine. You will stay on the waiting list. We just move on to the next person.
Okay, all right. There's that, and then we always want to mention that you're in pretty good shape, but you could use a little more help, especially in the home care side of things, I think.
Right. Over like in the Sargent area, we're looking for somebody. But otherwise, we can, if you got time and you're looking for something to do, we can always find a home care for you to help out with.
And that's paid on an hourly rate to whoever is willing to team up with you?
Yes, it is. And also we pay, like if you go out of town, we pay your travel time too.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. And there are some people that travel to go take care of somebody, and we're within about 30 minutes of each community.
Yes.
And then it's really handy if somebody lives in, say, Arnold, and somebody down the block or across town needs some home care. That works really good too.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to you about that?
Yes. Just call the center, 872-6303, and talk to Tiffany, and we'll get you an application and interview you and make sure that you're a good fit. And we always say that, if you go to somebody's home and you're just like, we just didn't really get along, or if the client calls and says, they were good help, but, we just really didn't get along, then we won't send you back.
Sure.
We want to make sure that it is a good fit.
Yeah, and situations change. Maybe they don't have any family help for 4 to 6 months or something like that,
Right.
and then a relative's coming back. I mean, there's all kinds of things I'm sure you
there is.
run into.
Yes.
And you guys are very flexible. That's important.
And I have to say that we don't get calls very, very, very seldom do we get a phone call saying that, hey, they just weren't a good fit. Please don't send them back. Actually, I have a board in my office that's caught in the act. And anytime that somebody compliments somebody else, or like the other day we had a home care person call in and say, I really, really enjoyed this person. And so I write that up and I put it up on that board so they know that the clients appreciate the staff too.
Mm-hmm. It's a great program. It's really grown, and it's so much need there because we all want to stay in our homes as long as we can, and then when the time comes, there's places like Custer Care that can help.
Yes.
But we all want to stay home.
That's right.
We
Yes, as long as you can.
Yep. Also, I was just telling Brent a story this morning, which I won't go into, but as you go along through life driving, you remember when you were 15 and you couldn't wait to get your license so you could drive?
Oh, yes.
You wanted to drive everywhere. Well, as you get older, that's not as big a thrill as it once was. And,
That's right.
and sometimes it's not something that we're getting as good, or we're not as good at as we used to be, and there's a little safety factor there. And if you need to get to the doctor or the dentist or a specialist, you really sometimes might put it off because you don't want to drive, but you can help there too.
That's right. We have 6 drivers, and they are constantly on the road. We're always taking somebody. It might just be pick them up and take them to up here to Jenny Melham to the specialty clinic or to Central Nebraska. We do that. We have several trips that we go clear to Omaha, Lincoln. Yeah, we go all over.
Yeah, and a lot of us at any age really aren't crazy about driving in Omaha or Lincoln.
No, that's for
So,
sure.
Yes. So
and our drivers don't mind that at all.
They know what they're doing.
Yes.
Good people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very good
Good
people.
dispatcher.
Well, yes, Peggy is very good. She knows how to get everybody where they're supposed to be and get them assigned, and she's very, very good at it.
Now, paperwork, insurance.
Oh, yes.
Hoops to jump through. You do an awful lot of that, I think, to provide all these different things we've talked about.
Yes, we do. Peggy is very good at that. She knows how to do all that. So if you just call and say, hey, I have a trip, or I need to go to a doctor's appointment this day, can you take me? Peggy will handle everything for you. She will get it all authorized through your insurance, get all the paperwork done.
Okay.
She's very good at it.
All right. Now, would you recap the Easter gathering one more time before we close?
It's April 7th, Good Friday, at 1:30 at the square, and we start right at 1:30, so come a little early. And we just have the 1 to 3 year olds line up on the sidewalk in the square, and then we hand out the numbers, and then everybody leaves. So that starts at 1:30, but come a little early.
Okay. Sounds like a blast.
Yes.
All right. Tiffany, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I-
Can I shout out? Tomorrow is Vicki Hart, our bookkeeper's birthday, and yes, so we just want to make sure and tell her that happy birthday. I know it's a day early, but happy birthday, Vicki.
Happy birthday, Vicki Hart. Wonderful person.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
News is next, right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. New tributes to the 3 children and 3 school staffers killed at a Christian elementary school in Nashville. Anna Caudill's friend Catherine Kuntz headed the Covenant School.
She was an absolute champion for her students. And her students always knew that she was in their corner.
The FDA has just approved over-the-counter sales of the prescription drug Narcan. It reverses opioid overdoses. Health officials and treatment experts hope it'll reduce sky-high drug fatality rates. Narcan could be available at supermarkets, drugstores, and gas stations by late summer. There's more wet weather in store for weather-weary Californians. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
By the time this storm is all finished, probably about an inch of rain falling in much of Southern California, with the potential for maybe 2, 3, 4 inches in isolated parts of foothills and the mountains as well.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL and no new developments regarding quarterbacks Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson, but there is news on the potential sale of the Washington Commanders. There are reports that there are 2 separate bids of $6 billion for the franchise and that the Commanders could be sold as soon as the NFL draft late next month. 6 games in the NBA. Celtics lose to the Wizards 130-111. Cavaliers fall to the Hawks 120-118 despite Donovan Mitchell's 44 points. Grizzlies beat the Magic 113-108. Steph Curry goes for 39 points, leading the Warriors over the Pelicans 120-109. Raptors beat the Heat 106-92, and the Hornets outscored the Thunder 137-134. In the NHL, the Bruins were surprised by the Predators 2-1 Nashville with the win, so Boston will need 6 wins in its final 8 games to set a new all-time record for wins in a single season. Lightning shut out the Hurricanes 4-0. Oilers get past the Golden Knights 7-4. Kings fall to the Flames 2-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partial sunshine. We'll have breezy northeasterly winds to around 15 to 25 miles per hour. High temperatures working up to 40. Then for tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 24. Thursday, trending warmer with partly sunny skies. We're headed up to 67. But then colder once again Friday with a chance for a rain-snow mix back to the low 40s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Springtime arrives even before the snow clears in sunny New England. And that has always meant that my allergies awaken alongside my daffodils. But not this season. I have discovered the best-selling Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier that uses proven Oxy technology to defend me. I only need to plug the compact unit into the wall of my studio. And in short order, the air is clear of the pollen that follows the time of year. There are over 300,000 units already sold. Right now, you can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole the fireplace, anywhere you need clean smelling air. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and put in discount code JOHN, J-O-H-N, to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com, discount code JOHN. Shipping is free.
LeBron James says he'd like to play side by side with his son, who.
Okay,
I thought,
nice.
I don't know what that
I would
was.
like to see that. I would like to see LeBron play side by side with his son. That'd be great.
Yeah, but why was that in the ad? Kind of weird. 20 and partly sunny.
Mm-hmm.
right now. Winds out of the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. That's artificial intelligence that went awry.
Oh.
That can happen.
Can.
Yeah. All right. We promised another salute, so let's take care of it. Before we do that, I'd like to go over to Mike 6.
Okay.
I just love reading to Mike 6.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to stretch this out just a little bit, but I'll do that at another time.
Okay.
This is Mike 6.
All right, Mike
I'll
6.
get Mike 6 up there.
Oh, there it
Shut
is.
off Mike 1.
Has a good sound to it.
That's a nice microphone.
It really does.
Folks, we've added another facet to the breakfast show. If you missed yesterday, we now have a Mike 6 over here so that we can look at our guests, or I can, and look at Brent. We can have eye contact and do a better job of interviewing our special guests. So we'll leave this
Never
in place.
realized you have brown eyes.
Yeah, they're brown.
Yeah.
Yours are kind of what, green?
I don't know. They were blue at one time, but I've kind of lost the
Faded.
rich blueness. When I was a kid growing up, I had great blue eyes.
Like your girls.
Now they're kind of
Yeah, well,
not as bright blue.
These were my wife said that was one of the reasons she liked me was my big brown eyes.
Really?
But they're not so big anymore and they're not so brown.
Yeah.
I think she still likes me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. How do we get off on these things?
I have no idea.
30 years, Custer Transfer Station. Perry and Carol Myers opened the Custer Transfer Station clear back in 1992. This business works hand in hand with the Custer County Board of Supervisors and the Custer County Recycling Center to provide a greener tomorrow. They handle household and commercial trash, construction and demo debris, metal, old appliances, concrete, and scrap lumber. They sponsor Hazardous Chemical Cleanup Day once a year for all of Custer County, and I'm not sure if that isn't coming up here pretty soon. And they provide the weighing for the semis. The transfer station assists with the recycling of approximately 60 tons of trash on a daily basis. In 2022, they were the tour host for the Nebraska Solid Waste Association, North America. A couple of years ago, Chris and Jamie Myers became partners in the business. Everything that the transfer station does for the community would not be possible without the hard work of their employees, and they have some of those listed here. Sean Branthuver, Chris Williams, Ken Meyer, Arlene Hollowell, Roberta Olson, and our mayor, Rod.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your 30-year milestone anniversary. And, of course, you hear Rod's commercials all the time. They're always looking for metal, and he has some great commercials about heavy metal, and they pay you for it. And you can work out a deal with Rod on that, and they recycle that and resell it. And, boy, you kind of drive down the road sometimes and you see a big old lot full of old equipment nobody's using anymore, and you kind of go, man, I bet you that would be worth some money if they could get it to the recycling. So check it out. 30 years, Custer Transfer Station. Congratulations. We'll be looking at Richardson's Rentals in the near future.
Good.
That would be Joyce and Kevin when he's not fishing or golfing.
Yeah.
I don't know how he squeezes that in with all they do. But anyway, that's coming up. So any thoughts on your mind? We have a Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership that has a couple of jobs open.
They do. One of them is for an infant toddler cook in Broken Bow. It is a full-time position, good starting wage, great benefits. Would prefer someone with previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. You would be purchasing food and preparing meals, complying with USDA requirements, be responsible for cleaning the classroom and doing dishes, laundry, etc. If you need an application or just would like more information, you can contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0, or you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com. Also, they are looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler teacher center specialist. This is a 40-hour per week, year-round position in Broken Bow. Good starting wage depending on your qualifications. Great benefits. Looking for someone with their Child Development Associate Certificate or an associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education. You would be responsible for center coordination, supervision, and teaching. Again, for more info, contact CNCAP at 745-0780 extension 0. Or for this job as well, you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com.
Okay, let me. I should have did this earlier while you were reading, because then now there's going to be a pause.
Well, we can make it dramatic.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing the words you can come up with when you're typing with one finger. Now, I see these younger people typing and texting with their thumbs at about 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I use my index finger, but I noticed my wife uses one of her other fingers when she's... And my mom, I noticed, she just kind of maybe that third finger in. I don't want to show you that one.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
That wouldn't be nice.
No, would not. I might take offense to that.
I want to get along. So what year do you like in the 90s? You had 93, we had 95.
Had 95. Let's go, how about 97?
All right. I'll type that in and hit go. And It's Your Love, Tim McGraw.
Oh, and Faith Hill. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't say Faith Hill on there, but you would know
It was a duet.
Oh. Then looks like Kenny Chesney with She's Got It All. Drink, Swear, Steal, and Lie.
Oh, Michael Peterson.
Yeah. And One Night at a Time, George Strait in 97. So was it Tim McGraw the first time?
You've played Tim McGraw, yes.
Because he had the top song in 95.
95, yep.
And then he had the top song in 97. Now, he's the one that wears the black, kind of semi-gloss hat, right?
He does quite, yes.
That's his kind of his.
Yeah, yep. That's, yeah, he wears that style of hat quite a bit.
Should I put the apostrophe in its?
I don't know.
There it is.
You find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'll play it. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, It's Your Love. Well, we know what you love.
I love pizza.
And wings.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Ladarius knows a lot about wings. Let's find out and talk with Ladarius at the Pizza Hut in Broken Bow, Nebraska. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, man, I'm good. How you doing out there?
We're doing good. I need to ask you, Brent's the pizza expert. He loves to eat pizzas. I think he eats pizza from you about every other day. But anyway, I have to ask you a question. Where are you originally from?
Louisiana.
I thought so. So we were down many years ago in New Orleans, and there was Cajun music everywhere. Do you like Cajun music?
Oh, man, it's the best.
Get some things cooking in the pot and have some Cajun music, huh?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Yeah. So do you have stories you can tell about getting together with friends and boiling up water and cooking up some good stuff?
Well, me personally, this going to hurt, but I'm allergic to the shellfish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm allergic to the iodine in the shellfish, so I never was that type of guy. I was always the type that, have a fish fry, because I love some catfish, get some catfish and some French fries and some hush puppies.
Oh, now you're
with a
talking.
good old salad on the side, and don't forget the grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. There's something about the South when you travel. It's just evident how much fun folks in the South have out in the backyard or front yard. They've got a grill cooking, and they're sitting around on chairs. And you guys down there know how to get together and have a good time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Well, you're here in central U.S., and it's probably a little different than down south. But, boy, have you taken a hold here. People love what you're doing at the Pizza Hut, Ladarius, and I know that you have been working hard to get a full staff and get everything going, and I think you're there.
Yes, sir. We are. We are.
So the restaurant is open, the dining area is open from what time to what time?
Well, we open at 11 and we close at 10 on weekdays. And Friday and Saturday, we open at 11 and close at 11. Dining open, all that.
Okay, all right. All right, next question. You kind of scoffed at Brent last time we were on the air because of his preference for wings. I believe you.
The bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some problems with our fryer.
Oh, you do.
Past days, yeah.
Oh well, that's going to have to get fixed. But right now, that's just the way it is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting 3 days on them to come. They're taking their time, but
yep.
we're just waiting.
Oh, I bet. And of course, you mentioned that you like the wings with the bone, right?
Yeah, them the best ones.
Yeah. And Brent said he liked the boneless, and you kind of went, "Oh, come on." But are you talking because of the bones there a little more flavor? Is that what you're getting at?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yep, for sure.
All right. Well, when the fryer gets fixed, you can get right back at it again, and we'll look forward to that. I'm going to turn it over to Brent because he knows his pizzas.
Actually, my first question, Ladarius, has nothing to do with pizza. Do you still have the March Madness basketballs?
We sure do.
Oh,
we
sweet.
Sure do.
Okay, so there's still time to come in and get one?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Okay, all right. And I think when we talked about it last time, you don't have to make a purchase of anything. You just come in and buy the basketball if you want it.
Yep, $7, no tax.
$7, no tax? Sweet.
No tax.
All right, man. Woo. I'll be in to see you here in a couple of days.
All right, we'll be looking forward to you.
All right, we got the Final Four coming up. Final Four championship game on Monday. There's nothing better for the Final Four than pizza. Are you ready to go?
Oh, we are. Yep, we already prepared. Let's get it.
All right. Let's see, the Big New Yorker, is that still available?
It's still available, yes, sir. The double pepperoni, $13.99, or you can create your own up to 3 toppings.
All right. I got to be honest, man, I like the big slices. I like the big slices of pizza.
Yeah, that's the closest New York I'm going to get, so I enjoy the pizza wise here.
Yeah, you and me both, Ladarius. You and me both. Let's see, some in-store specials that you have going on. You want to touch on those?
Yeah, we have the large stuffed crust one topping with the breadsticks for $20.99, and then the large specialty pizza, well, with the wings, but we ain't got the wings right now, for $25.99. And then we also, I never touched base on the regular dinner box.
Okay.
I know we always talk about the big dinner box, but we have a baby dinner box. It's called a regular dinner box, where you get a pizza, your choice of breadsticks or cheese sticks, and it comes with a cinnamon stick for $13.99.
Oh man, that's phenomenal. I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, for the big dinner box, I think I've mentioned this, when the grandkids come over, that feeds all of us. But when there's just my wife and I, the regular dinner box would be just perfect.
Perfect, yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, anything else you want to touch on, menu-wise, or anything that you have going on?
I don't know if you know or not, but we do have the beer back, so if you want to come down in with us, have your good old cold one, we got you.
All right, that's good news.
Sounds good. Well, Ladarius, we always appreciate you taking time to visit with us. What I guess our final question would be, what about staffing? Can you still use some more good people to join your team?
Well, I got 6 applications in front of me, and
good.
I'm utilize 4 of those.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, Ladarius, thank you very much for taking time to visit with us, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Yep, take care. 9:25, and we have a guest waiting patiently in the lobby area, at least one. So I would just say at this time, please enter the studio. We would like to welcome you at this time to the studio. I believe it's Lindsay, and she may have somebody with her from the Custer County Foundation. And while she makes her way in here, Brent has something he'd like to add.
Just want to remind you of a wonderful care facility that we have in our area right here in Broken Bow that deals with those battling through Alzheimer's and dementia, and that would be Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, where they believe that an active life is a nurturing experience at their facility. Residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. They have activities that can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth. They specialize in Alzheimer's and dementia care assisted living. To find out more, contact Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow at 872-6387.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Diven Cook. Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How
Good.
are you guys?
Not too bad at all.
Yeah.
Good to have you in.
It's great to be here.
I have to ask you kind of a personal question.
I knew you
before we
would.
get started. That's when Brent gets a little nervous. When we were doing a remote at the foundation, it's probably been a couple years ago maybe, and you realized that I had a tag, my Wrangler tag on my pants was upside down.
Yes, I did notice that.
And you thought at that time that those pants could be worth some money because the tag was on upside down, and today the internet, you could probably put them on for sale and they might go viral. You still believe that?
I do. I mean, it's manufacturer malfunction, and I feel like, you look at coins, when they have something printed wrong on a coin, it's worth a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I would feel like the pants would be the same thing.
Do you feel like, since that's been some time ago, they're a little more faded now and not as new looking? Do you think that will affect the actual cost or the price or the value?
Yeah, if they're vintage, that would help.
Oh,
wow.
That's great to know. I've always been going to ask you, and I thought, well, when Lindsay comes in today, I'm going to ask her that question.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. So, boy, oh boy, last Sunday was something else. I know Grant has a story up on it this morning, and that's on Sandhills. He's got it on the news. Am I correct in saying $140,000 worth of scholarships? Is that correct?
$143,180 in scholarships.
My goodness. All handed out Sunday at the convention center.
Yes.
And most everybody was there representing their business or their family. And that really makes for a great time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always great when the donors are able to attend. I love listening to them when they do decide to speak at the ceremony. They always usually have some great stories to share with the audience, and gives us a little more history about the scholarship and when it was established and why. And, you know, they all want to help the youth of Custer County, and that's pretty amazing. You know, I think when I first started, we were around 80,000 in scholarships. And so it's just amazing to see the growth and how many people are making the effort to establish these scholarships to help these kids going off to school. I mean, if anyone's paying attention, school is not inexpensive anymore. It's pretty pricey, and so the kids need all the help they can get to not graduate with an immense amount of debt. So.
Yeah, and also that's very important, as you mentioned. The cost is a big factor in going to school, but then it's also, I think, a real positive push, a real send-off for them to receive that scholarship before they go off to 2-year or college, wherever they're headed, because they know the community is there to support them and appreciate that they've done a good job this first piece of their educational journey, right?
Yeah, it should be a great confidence booster. I mean, it's showing these students that we believe in them, that their community believes in them enough to support them in their next step. So it is one of the best days of my job is being able to hand out that much money, and then it's just great that these donors are able to kind of provide a legacy for loved ones that have been lost. That's one of the unique and great things about the scholarship ceremony is, you know, you'd be surprised of the connections that these students' parents or grandparents have with some of the donors that are in remembrance of. I know one student was like, my dad used to mow their yard when he was a kid, and it's just not weird, but it's funny how those things work out, that student got that scholarship and we had no idea that, you know, the dad mowed that individual's lawn who had passed away, and that family established that scholarship in memory of. So those are fun thank you notes for that family to get to know there was a connection, and that, you know, that students' parents or grandparents knew who the scholarship was in memory of.
Yeah,
so.
And you have even classes, the class of 1950, I don't remember, but
yeah,
I know
1952 has a scholarship. Class of 1982 established a scholarship, and they did that this last year at their 40th reunion. Said, hey, what can we do as a class to give back? And all the graduates of that class are making donations to the scholarship fund, and so it's just kind of a fun, unique way that you can give back as someone who graduated from the area and want to still support the area, and you've been out of high school for
a long time,
you know.
That's really cool. And then you have the families, the connections there, the classes, and then of course the businesses, right?
Yes. Yeah, the businesses are great supporters. We have, you know, a lot of scholarships that are established by businesses, and we appreciate that as well. And you know, Jerry Adams and Dave Berge from BD and Adams Land and Cattle both touched on how great Custer County is, and kind of reminded the students that it's a great place to raise your family, and don't forget about us, and, you know, keep this area in mind when you graduate college, and maybe you'll want to move back 5-10 years from now, and there are opportunities here, and
there's a lot of opportunities.
Yes, there are, for sure.
Okay, well, congratulations. How much of that, the majority of that money is raised how?
So that is all donor driven. So the donors come into the foundation office and say, I want to establish a scholarship, and some of these are endowed scholarships, so they'll be with the foundation forever. But yeah, the donors come in, and it is their donation that these dollars come from, and they determine the criteria. So they say, we'd like you to select a student that meets this criteria, and that's what the selection committee uses when they review the applications.
And if you're a business out there, a family, a class, organization of any kind, nonprofit or doesn't matter.
Right.
If you think you'd like to make some monies available to these young people, just talk to Lindsay, right?
Yeah, please just stop in the foundation office or give us a call, 872-2232. We're always happy to work with the donors to establish scholarships, and we can walk them through the process. It's actually a pretty easy process, so just take the time to give us a call, and we try to make it as simple as possible.
Okay.
But I'd also like to thank you guys for live streaming the ceremony. That's really nice for grandparents and donors we have a lot of donors who live, we have some in California, we have some in Virginia that aren't able to, it's not easy to attend the ceremony, and so they're able to still watch it. That's fun.
Well, Jeremy Shipe, of course, heads that up, because if Brent and I did it, you wouldn't have a stream at all. But I'm glad he's able, and he enjoys it, and if for folks who can't get here, they can still see it and understand it, and it's a great program, and I know that's just part of what you do, but it's a big part. Yeah. But you have many other things that are going on throughout the year. I think you have a deadline coming up this week on one of those.
We do. So we are running our Give for Custer County campaign this year. We had done it in 2021 to kind of celebrate our 30th anniversary, and the board decided that this might be something we try every other year. We weren't sure about every year, but that deadline to sign up is March 31st. So if you're a nonprofit organization and would like to participate, you have to sign up. So please get those in by March 31st. The application form is on our website, or you could call the office. I can email it to you. But it's a giving event, and this year it's going to be held June 15th through June 30th. And the nice thing about this is that the foundation board has agreed to a $50,000 match. And so as a participating organization, you get a proportional share of that $50,000 match. So let's say you raised 10% of the overall amount raised during that time frame, then you get 10% of the $50,000. Mm-hmm. So it's really what the nonprofits, the more you put in, the more you'll probably get out of the event. But it's just kind of a fun way for us to help the nonprofits raise a little extra money, and also raise awareness of what their organizations are doing and how they're impacting the county. We have a website, and to me, I like to describe it as like online, it's kind of like online shopping, but it's more like all these organizations are on a website, and you can read through each and every organization's information and what they do. And if it speaks to you and you've never heard of them and you want to donate $20 to them, you can donate $20 to them. So it's just a great way to educate yourself about what all these organizations are doing in the area. And the $50,000 match comes from the Yanagita Challenge that we did a few years ago, as well as the Kiewit funds. So it's nice that we're able to start putting these dollars back out into the community. And we think it's a fun way to get the nonprofits involved as well as the community involved. And it was pretty successful in 2021. I think the organizations as a whole raised $165,000, and then when you add the match in, I think it was like $215 is what we were at. So that's pretty great for the first year. So
it's very
we'll
good.
See what happens this year. There was 24 participating organizations.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. I know in the story that Grant has up and read this morning, there's a total in there backing up to the scholarship program of how much money's been given since the scholarship program began. Do you remember that number?
I can't remember if that was 1.4 million, I believe is what it was at.
Yeah, I think that's right. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Yeah, it's pretty great, and just a testament to the area.
So are you working on the gala or gala already for this coming
We have had a meeting. We
Yeah.
met with the caterer. We've talked about a theme. I'm not going to give that out just yet in case they change their mind, but I do think we have a theme determined, and just kind of working with the caterer on what are our menu options, and like to go over that pretty far in advance so we have some options as it gets closer. But yeah, we have a meeting in January, usually after the gala, and now we probably won't meet again until June, but there's a few behind the scenes things that we're working on now.
Going on. And that was, I think, record-breaking this year.
It was. I feel like it was $170-some thousand, and so that was phenomenal again.
It is, and I only bring up the numbers because really they're important numbers, but I think they're kind of like an indicator of the type of people that live around here and what your organization does.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be $2 million for the scholarships, and it would be fantastic. But the idea is that 1.4 is fantastic because the people made it happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, the people make it happen.
Now,
for sure.
For folks out there who are listening who maybe want to get involved and get some money towards the organization, maybe in memory of somebody, maybe create a fund that will regenerate over the years. It doesn't really have to be hooked to any of these things. I mean, you do this just on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, definitely. And we have a variety of different fund types. I think a lot of the area knows us for scholarships, grants, and gala. But you can establish what we would call a field of interest fund, and that could be for anything recreation. And it could be endowed, and you could just give us the criteria. We want it to go to anything recreation in the area, and then every year we would award dollars from your fund. It can be established during your lifetime. It can be established after your lifetime. We have what we call donor advised funds, which those are literally not many restrictions besides it has to go for a charitable purpose. They do have some restrictions on the dollars that come into it. But you can just call me and say, I want to donate $1,000 to the Broken Bow Backpack Program, and we cut a check. And the nice thing about that fund too is if you'd like to remain anonymous, we can easily make that option available. We would send the check and we would ask them to send a thank you to us, and then we would forward it on to the donor, and no one would have any idea who's making those donations. So there's just a lot of different options. An unrestricted gift is our favorite, and that is just because those dollars can be used however the board sees fit to meet the current needs of the community. So.
And an example, I think, would be you're also very useful as a platform or vehicle in situations where something comes up like the floods of 2019. Right. That's one example. Fundraisers for worthy causes. You kind of become a platform for some of those when needed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we did donate a significant amount to the flood fund just from the foundation's unrestricted dollars. We also did $20,000 during COVID to those organizations who were needing to buy extra materials for the guidelines that that the health safety guidelines. We were able to help because that was an added expense that they didn't expect to have. And then even the fire fund that when and there were two different fire funds that was ran through the foundation, but the foundation ran one on their own, and that was, we gave, I think it was $10,000 to that fire fund to kind of get it started. And
that's when all the fires were happening.
Yeah. Yep. That was spring last year, I believe. So it's been, kind of not funny, but it just seems like since the flood, we've had those fundraisers to meet those needs every year, and we hadn't had them much since the flood.
Floods to fire, and our thought here at the Breakfast Show has been locusts will be next. we may have a locust problem.
Okay.
But it seems like everything really has been kind of extreme, not only here in central Nebraska, but across the country. I mean, look at Mississippi last week.
Right. Yep.
That was awful, and you never know whose turn it's going to be.
Yeah.
And organizations like yours are, you may not have the money to go to that. You might have some, but you can provide the platform for people to give through that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the flood fund raised like $140,000, and that was just amazing too. That people stepped up because they knew it was a need, and people were out there suffering, and lost roads and everything, and fences and whatnot. But yeah.
And I don't even think we probably will cover everything here, but I'm trying to think of some of the other things. Every once in a while, you'll see a picture online and on the papers of you and some other folks standing with a check, maybe for playground equipment, for community projects in all of our communities to kind of help boost them a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great lead-in, because that would be our grant program. And grant application deadline is coming up April 30th. So they need to keep that in mind. But yeah, so the funds that are raised at the gala then are used the following year to fund our grants program. And we have 2 cycles, the end of April and the end of October. So organizations that are building playgrounds or, we've done some greenhouses at schools, and the sky's the limit for some of our grant applications. It's always fun to see them come in and see what great things are going on. But so those are due the end of April. The application's on our website. We have a video on our website that instructs people how to fill out the grant application, but we're always there for questions and happy to help with that process.
Okay. Wow. Lindsay, when you arrived here in Custer County, Broken Bow, which has been how long ago?
8.5 years.
8.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what you were getting into and what a wonderful ride you were going to be on, helping all these people?
I don't think I did. And it's been the best move I could have made. And my job is fantastic. I mean, you get to help so many people and have an impact and help donors memorialize their loved ones. There's just so many great things about this job. My least favorite is public speaking. And I feel like when they hired me, that was not full disclosure.
You do great.
I've gotten better at it, but I remember the first gala. That was my first event. Having to talk in front of a room full of people that I didn't know at that time was very
scary.
Terrifying. Yes, it was.
It would be, and we can relate. I know a lot of people think, well, these guys are on radio every day. They can go out and speak. It's a lot different standing in front of 300 people than sitting in this room.
Right. Yep.
There's a whole different task at hand.
Yes.
And it does make you a little bit nervous. I don't think anybody, unless they speak all the time, doesn't have butterflies when they first start out.
Yeah, yep.
But you're doing really a great job, and I know you enjoy working with Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa's fantastic. I'm very fortunate to have her in the office with me. She's crucial to the team and does amazing work for us, and always steps up when we need her to step up. She's great.
Good board members always.
Yes, our board is fantastic too, and they're always coming up with great ideas, and they all put in the work. We just have a great board.
All right. I have another personal question. I don't know exactly how to approach this. And Brent, this you might want to get on your island on this one.
Okay.
Now, your husband is
Josh Cook.
Josh Cook.
Yes.
I knew that, but I just wanted you to hear you say. He auctioneers some, doesn't he?
A little bit.
A little bit. And I know it'd be personal if I ask you, does Josh snore at night? That would be rude of me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I got to ask you this: does he ever auctioneer when he's sleeping?
No, he does not. I'll embarrass him a little bit. He does in the shower, though.
Well, you got to practice.
I'll hear him in the shower auctioneering.
But practice up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, on the serious side with Josh and his brother as well, I know that there have been benefit auctions that they've teamed up on and went out and auctioneered to raise money for an individual or a cause. And so, all kidding aside, it's nice to have people with that talent that are willing to do that.
Yeah, Sly's Chili Cook-Off is kind of he's been asked to help with that a few times.
Yeah,
and,
he's done a good job on that. And,
well, thank you.
Yeah. But he doesn't auctioneer when he's sleeping.
No, huh?
Okay. But occasionally, maybe before a gig, he does in the shower.
Yes.
Let me write that down. Did you have any questions, Brent?
No, you know what? All the questions that were coming to my mind, I think you've answered.
Okay.
So,
well, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry you're having problems Googling things
Well,
fast.
I'm just slow,
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
It is, yep.
I don't know how to talk into my phone. That's part of my problem.
I don't do that either.
Yeah, see, I just don't do that. I don't even know if my phone's set up to do that.
I bet it would do it, but have you ever noticed when you try to do that, like texting? Because I think, if I didn't have to text and I could just say it, it'd be so much easier for us people who aren't really great texters.
Right.
But the words never, they don't always come out right, and you could get into some real trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't always interpret
right.
what you're saying.
There are some scary interpretations that.
Yes. Even spell check can get you in a little trouble. If you're way off on your word, it might turn out to be something that you didn't catch.
Right. Yes, that does happen. Yeah. Yep.
So, are you ready for summer and spring and all of that?
Oh yeah, Mother Nature needs to just get warm and stay warm instead of these 30-degree, 50-degree, 70s, 30s. I'm ready.
Well, it
ready
won't be
for
long.
spring.
That we'll be seeing one another at the county fair, I would imagine.
Yes, yep, we will. We've got the steer already. We just need the bucket calf. So we don't start calving until the middle of April.
I see.
So we don't have a bucket calf for Atlee yet, but we'll get her one.
Oh yeah, you got plenty to pick from.
Yeah.
Well, that's another question. I if you don't mind, I'd like to.
No.
So you were come up here 8.5 years ago. You took this job, and through your meeting Josh, you. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you already had some background in agriculture and cattle before this.
Yeah, I had zero background. I'm a city girl. Now, I do love the country life now, but it is a constant learning experience. I mean, I've tagged bucket calves now. I love to bottle feed them. That's my favorite job. Fixing fence I don't love, but I will go out and help. But yeah, I drive a tractor now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I'm doing that I had no idea I could do, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. But it kind of feels good, I bet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I really do. And just learning something different. And, that's what we do on weekends. We're out working, but it doesn't feel like work because you're outside and,
Well, I thought maybe you were a city girl, and when I saw you at the fair, I believe one time you had rubber boots on, and I thought, I didn't know I'd ever see Lindsay in rubber boots.
Oh, yeah. If you saw me on the weekends, I'm wearing cowboy boots or muck boots.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Keep up the good work at the Custer County Foundation, and we appreciate everything that you and the board members do, and, of course, it wouldn't work if it wasn't for the people that you work with that come in and make those donations.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you to you guys for all you do for the foundation.
You bet. Our pleasure. Since we are friends and we're, I feel like we're fairly close.
Yeah.
Would you like to buy the Wranglers with the upside down tag?
I'll start the bidding at $10.
I'll consider that.
Okay.
All right. Now you want to watch Brent Google?
Yeah.
Oh,
you should do 1998.
No, 1998.
That was the year I graduated high school. I'm going to age myself a little bit, but I don't remember.
You're just a kid.
I don't remember what the song was.
This will take a little while.
I was going to say, we're running short. We're shy. Tell Jeremy to go to 1998 because we're running out of time on the show. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I still have my search up from 93, so I just went and moved deleted the 3 and put in an 8.
Nice move.
How about that, huh? You're not going to believe this. Tim McGraw again.
I was going to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
He dominated the 90s,
totally
didn't he?
Yes.
Just to see you smile.
Aw,
Tim
that's
McGraw.
a good one.
Now, this might take a little time, Lindsay, because I have to type that in over here.
J-U.
Yes. Oh, see, I got a jot.
Oh.
Instead of just. Okay, that's just to.
Faith Hill was number 2.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. This
Yes.
Kiss.
Yep. That would be about
did you like
right.
that song, This Kiss?
I know.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
There it is. Wow, Tim McGraw's a 3-timer today.
Yeah, he had a lot of hits in the 90s, no question.
He did. I went to a couple of his concerts.
You did?
I did. Yes. Yep.
Did you get right up front?
I probably tried, but not sure I was strong enough to push my way through.
You didn't make the pit. Then, did
Yeah,
you?
no.
Here's Tim McGraw, and this one is number 1 in 1998.
98.
The year Lindsay graduated.
Yes.